What's up guys, Atom Bacon here, welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we cleared the Fuchsia City Gym, and made our way out here to Route 14, or as I like to call it, the Gauntlet. We battled this first trainer last episode, and now we're going to head on through the rest of these trainers. This episode's pretty much just going to be nothing but battles, so there really isn't going to be much. I mean, there's probably some items to collect as well, but it's just going to be going through these routes. Ooh, Xatu. Up high, this is in the front, okay. Sure. Bird versus bird. Go for Nightmare. Wow. That was a great start. Yeah. Honestly, it was weird though. The last time I used Noctowl, I literally never had a Pokemon wake up first turn like that. Like, I thought that you were guaranteed one turn of sleep. I mean, if you can outspeed, you have... I guess you technically are guaranteed one turn, but that's counting the turn you put them to sleep. Like, you can't like outspeed them, put them to sleep, and then have them wake up and attack. Speaking of funny RNG with status conditions, though, I had a battle a long time ago. This was like against just someone I was playing, like doing the battle against a friend, and they used a move called Ice Fang, which doesn't exist in this game, but think of it like an Ice-type version of Bite. So, slightly stronger, has a chance to flinch, just like Bite, and has a chance to inflict Freeze. And as I mentioned before with Freezing, Alakazam. I'm gonna have Yuki fight this one. As I mentioned before with Freezing, you have a 20% chance of de-thawing every turn. Meaning that you can actually de-thaw on the turn you're inflicted with it if the enemy went first. So, they hit me with Ice Fang, I get frozen, de-thaw, and then flinch, all in one turn. I'll crunch the numbers and put on screen what the, like, percent chance of that sequence of events happening like that is, and then I'm probably gonna hate my past self for making my future self do that. But, yeah, like, that was hilarious. Okay, who is the furthest from a Level-Up? Mulan is the furthest. Okay, I'll put Mulan in the front then. If I have nothing to say, I'll probably cut battles out. So, some of these battles will get cut, some of them I'll put in. It kind of just depends on if I'm on a tangent at the moment or if there's anything interesting. But, speaking of interesting, here's a Pokemon we haven't really seen much of. I almost said Mulan. Apom. It's an interesting Pokemon. You can get it by headbutting trees around the Lake of Rage and... Baton Pass. Okay. Baton Pass is an interesting move. The way it works is, well, as you saw, you switch out to another Pokemon. Now, I didn't notice if I got the defense drop, but if I did, that actually would have been really funny, because what Baton Pass does is that you switch out, but the Pokemon you switch into gets the stat changes. So, like, let's say you have a Pokemon that has kind of... Let's say... nice crit. Take Parasect, for example. I don't think Parasect can actually learn Baton Pass, but I'll just pretend it can. Parasect's attack is pretty crappy, but it gets the move Swords Dance, which raises your attack 2 stages. So it could use Swords Dance to boost its attack, and then Baton Pass to switch into something else with a higher attack stat that can't learn Swords Dance, and it will still get the +2 because it switched from Baton Pass. So it's a really cool support move. Oh wow! Of all Pokemon. That's actually funny. Well, I kind of want to see what this thing looks like with color distortion. That's mildly terrifying, actually. I regret my decision. Wow, okay. I want to see if I can get a Fury Cutter combo going here. It's only level 27. Not too bad. Actually, I have rollout too. I'll go for that instead. First hit, one shot. Oh. Never mind. Abort. Again, granted, it is only level 27. It probably would have been fine, but still. Since all my Pokemon are kind of around the same level at this point, I'm kind of just going for whichever ones have the type advantages, or just whichever ones need experience the most. Last Pokemon is a Ditto. Alright. Ooh, critical hit, nice. Okay, it's morning! It's Friday in the game now. Sweet! I actually wasn't really paying attention to the time. A field trip to Lavender Town, you say? Oh, okay, now we're on Route 14. My mistake. Now, if we can come back here, and when we first arrived, we saw that there was an item. Okay, this was Route 15, right? And yes! Oh, another... Oh, PP up! Okay, I'm actually gonna go put that in the PC. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back where that cuttable tree was. I deposited my Pokemon, or I deposited my item, but I did not heal my Pokemon, just kind of... Because for me it's always been a tradition that I take the Gauntlet on as one continuous challenge, and I don't want to heal just because I just didn't want to. I like to try and do this all in one. So, that's why. You got nothing to lose from healing, I just chose not to. Now, on this route, routes 13, 14, and 15, you have, at all times of day, you have a 1% chance of encountering a Pokemon called Chansey. We saw Chansey's evolved form Blissey back in the Battle Tower. And you can catch Chansey, which will evolve into Blissey by level up. It's a 1% encounter rate. I'm not going to try to catch it, but should you find one, you talk to that girl up in that grass there, and she will trade you. You give her your Chansey, and she will trade you the Pokemon Aerodactyl. It'll be the same level as the Chansey you traded her. Aerodactyl is a really strong Pokemon. It's, actually, it's kind of like Fearow in a lot of ways. Now that I think about it, that was a good time for that to come up. But yeah, it's a very fast, very aggressive Pokemon, part flying, part rock. It's one of the only times that you get things other than fossils. It's kind of interesting. Now, I'm actually trying not to use Olive much in this route, just because I know that there's an area later that I'm going to be using Olive a lot, so Olive will get some catch-up experience there. But for the time being, I'm just using other Pokemon. I probably will use Olive a bit, but he's lower priority than the rest of them. Sorry for the if you're wondering about the random skip in the audio there, I sneezed. That's all. Ooh, Bulbasaur. Fitting of a Poke fan to have Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Ah, yes. The fences. I'm gonna put a Pyleaf back in the front for a bit.
Searching all along, confessing while unknown and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter, masquerade, heart in both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me, just a cage of bones, there's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter, post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
and we're up to Route 12. Which has a few more items you can get. Calcium! That's special attack. I'm gonna give that to Yuki. This, I think you can cut from surfing. Yeah, you can. Okay. Ooh, a nugget. Nice. Dude had 3 Gyarados. I think he needs some anger management classes. Now, if we come in here and talk to this guy... we upgrade to the Super Rod. There's some pretty awesome Pokemon you can catch with this. It comes kind of late, so if you don't have the Water type by this point, I'm impressed that you got this far. Well, you would have needed at least a Water type HM Slave, if nothing else. But, put Yuki in the front, I guess, because I just have 1 or 2 more trainers. Yuki can handle them. If you want to have like a Starmie or a Slowpoke, that would be awesome. Magikarp. That works too! Now, I made a passing comment last episode about, this is kind of off topic from Pokemon, but I made a passing comment last episode about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon being a really disappointing game. I just want to say, I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it lived up to just the legacy that the first game had. I don't think it could have, honestly. Like, the first game was pretty iconic and very unique. And I think they took a good route with, like, changing up the format quite a bit and making it stand out. But it didn't have the impact of the first one, and I just found it to be not as fun. That's just me, though. I don't think it's an objectively bad game. I just didn't have fun with it. And I think also part of it comes down to just how long I was building up hype for that game. Like, when I was younger, Luigi's Mansion was one of my favorite games, and I wanted a sequel really badly. And, like, also combine that with being really gullible and falling for a lot of the fake trailers for, like... I remember I thought, like, Luigi's Mansion, for the Wii, things like that were just fake fan-made trailers that, in hindsight, were really poorly made trailers, too. But I was really young and gullible, so... I remember trying to... and, like, even, like, literally talking to someone at EB Games, which, for those who don't know, is the Canadian version of GameStop. Talking to someone at EB Games being like, what do you mean it's not a real game? And it's like... So yeah, so when an official Luigi's Mansion sequel actually got announced, I was really excited. And... honestly, I think I just set my own expectations too high, but it still kind of made it hard for me to enjoy it. I probably will pick up the Luigi's Mansion remake on the 3DS, though. That I am excited for. I think that that's cool. Personally, I would have preferred it on the Switch, but I can see why they went for the 3DS. They already had the engine from Luigi's Mansion 2. Would have looked a lot nicer on the Switch, though. Anyway, that's my 2 cents about Luigi's Mansion 2. The part earlier in the episode where I just kind of started speeding up and muted myself, that was actually my first attempt at trying to say what I just said, but I could not collect my thoughts for the life of me, and it sounded really terrible. And hey, there is an item here. I had a feeling there was. way. Did I battle you already? No, I did not. And did he just ask if I remember him? The route up north leads back to Lavender Town, speaking of ghosts. But we're not going to Lavender Town. Rather, we're gonna go back and down again for a bit. And almost a one-shot. Supersonic joy. Come on, Yuki. Yuki, cooperate, please. Thank you. Poliwhirl. Again, I know Olive would be good for these, but just, I have reasons for not using Olive. Nice work, Thresh. So you can go up here, leads back to Lavender Town. Now I actually am going to heal, because that pretty much was the Gauntlet in its entirety. So we got to the end of it. It's not too bad. I think that the Gauntlet is definitely a lot harder in the actual Kanto games, Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Well, I haven't played Generation 1, but the Gauntlet is pretty grueling in Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I'm assuming it's just as bad in the originals. Now, I want to go back down because we have this offshoot here, which leads back to this route, which connects to Vermilion City, which we're going to head down in the next episode, because this one's gone pretty long, and we got a lot done. So, next episode, we're gonna get back to Vermilion City, and finally explore the cave that the Snorlax was blocking way back when. See you guys next time.